Yes, I know it's been a while since I posted a video for you guys, so I am in the process of pre-recording again. Thank y'all so much for continuing to subscribe. We are getting very, very, very close to 100 subscribers, and I have a huge surprise for this channel right here once we hit 100 subs. So I really appreciate all y'all's support. Please do not be afraid to engage or comment. Even if, I understand that like mindset and manifestation content, we just kind of take the information in, kind of learn how to apply it and sit with it. But don't be afraid to engage, girl. Like, I'm here, I'm human sometimes, but I want to do a fun video. And this is something that's been on my mind for a while because this is one of the first things I started studying when I first started trying to elevate and work on my mindset. And I feel like this does not get enough credit, even though there is awareness of it, especially in the community. And I feel like when we break this down, it can probably help you not only better elevate your mindset and obviously live a better life, but to apply this diligently, especially being mindful of the 12 laws of the universe, because this is how our world works, okay? This is always how it's been. We already know that we live in a quantum world. So you combine quantum physics with the 12 laws of the universe, with the most important law of being, identity, and elevation of self-concept, and this is how you manifest and create steady change, right? Or you go from operating at one frequency to a higher one, right? It all connects, it's all flow, it's all evolution, okay? So let's just go ahead and get on up into it. Okay, so the 12 laws of the universe. The number one law, and this is indeed the most important law. This is deep, okay? This is probably one of the deepest laws, and it is the law of divine oneness. Everything is connected. We are all one. Every thought, action, and event is connected to all that is. Now, when we are speaking in terms of identity and affirmations, you guys know that one of mine is, I'm all there is, right? Also, this is another way of simply saying that you are the goddess of your reality, right? And so when we are saying that, this is indeed the one statement that declares pure ownership, accountability, okay, and connection to our entire reality from within to where it flows without and reflects, okay? When you refer to yourself as all there is, the goddess of your reality, you are claiming your goddess state, which is so important to do. This is why it's so important to not give the power outside of yourself. Don't go putting your power in a man at all, ever, period, in any way, shape, or form. Don't give your power away even to a job. Don't give your power away to the ways of this world, because we are not of this world. We are spiritual, conscious beings, okay? And in flow, we are all connected and reflected through consciousness. So together, yes, indeed, we are all connected, okay? And we live on through consciousness, and we just continue to evolve, So understanding this should naturally, just sitting and resonating with this fact that we are all one, it should allow you to reclaim some of your power back from situations, people, places, things, circumstances that don't matter, from those, situations or whatever, and pour back into yourself as the divine one that is. You are indeed the goddess of your reality. If you're a man watching this, then you are the god of your reality. And by declaring this, you are also saying that you trust in self, you believe in self, and you know, and you are more than willing to walk alongside your highest self. Also, this is just me, and I will talk more about this on a different platform, because I'm not trying to push religious beliefs. This is just what is. For me personally, as the goddess of my reality, as all there is, as understanding and being the living embodiment of divine oneness, I have had my personal faith restored in Christ, because divine oneness, Christ consciousness is what this is. It's what we're operating out of. It is the highest level of consciousness for us to achieve, because when you truly understand, and this is why I say in almost every other video, that everyone and everything is always reflecting you, and it's just you, your thoughts, your mindset, everything. What is there to be afraid of? What is there to be angry at? What is there to be, doubtful of? What is there? What is there? If you're all there is, why are you fearing and doubting and arguing and doing all that with yourself, including people? They're only ever reflecting you, even if they are reflecting past versions of you, past versions, wounded versions of you, definitely unevolved you. I get it, how it can be tricky, but it's still just you versus you. So when you have that peace and that stillness within, you are able to make peace with all that is around you, quite literally, from the inside out, because you understand it's just you and you're just being, and that's all you need to do. And it takes the urgency, the stress, the bullshit, the conflict, the lack mindset, the all of it, it takes it away. It's literally relief. And for me, I have personally just vowed to honor my goddesshood, honor my self-concept, honor my divine oneness by vowing to walk alongside God and trusting in self, and releasing all conflicts, releasing any worries or stress, or maybe honestly just past situations. My life has really improved, but you know what I mean. Releasing and trusting in self and God to move through said storms so that it can unfold in my favor, as they should, as I continue my divine peace. And that is my personal decision. So I do personally view it as me walking alongside God as the goddess of my reality, co-creating with my universe. This is my personal vision. I am not necessarily trying to push religious beliefs or views, or like Bible thump you with some scripture or something like that. I am just telling you what's also aided me in my mindset. And also, me awakening into Christ consciousness was completely unexpected. But that story is for a different day. Because, girl, I was shook. I was shook, girl. So let's get into the next law. Now, the next law is the law of vibration. Now, you guys have probably recently seen me post a video saying the real flex is vibrating up out of their frequency. So when you work on yourself so much, and this applies to quantum physics, and I could make a video that breaks this down in quantum physics, because I know we kind of have our series right now on resistance, and we're like pairing it with quantum physics and doing the cross comparisons and all that. So like, I can probably add a video to that series as well, because this really is quantum physics as well. So when you truly elevate within, like the high vibes, like the peaceful, loving, divine being you are, like, you just are in love with your life. Honestly, when you do this mindset work, you fall in love with everything in your life. Like I enjoy like everything in my life. I'm so grateful to be where I am, but I honestly am enjoying the little things more and more. Personally, I've been taking more time with my makeup when I'm able. I don't feel so rushed anymore when I'm shopping. Even if I'm shopping for my baby, I take my sweet time. I try to remind myself that there's nothing to rush, nothing to hurry. And I always come across something new or beautiful, or to be honest, I learn something new every single day, whether it's about myself, whether it's about a revelation, whether it's a connection from past to present. Like I learn so much, and I'm so grateful for this. And so as I continue to elevate and as I continue to ascend, I allow my vibration to radiate out into my reality so that I can continue to thrive, attract, and live my best life. Right? So the law of vibration, everything in the universe moves, vibrates, and travels in circular patterns. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions all have vibrations that affect our reality. And this is one of the reasons why they tell you when you first start manifesting, and I agree with this, when you first start to try to consciously work on your mindset and consciously manifest your life, one of the best things to do is to practice gratitude and to bask in gratitude. Being ungrateful is the quickest way to strip away anything in your reality. Being ungrateful, being a complainer, being super negative. It's like, you got to think about, how did you manifest all that past bullshit in your life, right? Right? How did you do it? Okay. All right. So it's like, you got to really think about that. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrating emotions, one of the highest vibrating frequencies, one of the highest vibrations of expression, okay, in life. To simply wake up and to be grateful for it is amazing. Like I said, I told you guys, if you guys can wake up and just be grateful for, having clean water, or wake up and be grateful for being able to have a full fridge, wake up and be grateful for, you're the clothes on your back. Some people don't have clothing, you know what I mean? Grateful for your beautiful environment, that you probably worked hard on or redecorated or whatever, to even have the ability to do so. You know what I mean? Like, some people really take for granted the little things in their life each day. Like, another one of the things, like when I told you I started buying myself flowers, y'all, I would admire those flowers, whether I bought them or someone else bought them, every single day. And I do the same thing. I literally take time to stop and smell the flowers and appreciate them and be grateful. And of course, I'm grateful, to the Most High for blessing me and for allowing me to be chosen. And honestly, I'm grateful for my entire journey through mindset and elevation. And I am so grateful to even be in this space of being able to talk to you guys about this and even teach it to a certain extent, down to being able to, this is knowledge I hope bestow upon my child, like, and my future children, like. And I am so grateful that I actually achieved this while my child's an infant. So it's like, I'm already ahead of the game. I'm not trying to catch up. I'm not racing against time. I don't feel like, oh, too late or nothing. I don't feel any of those emotions, for the simple fact I am grateful to have made it this far, this fast. And that itself is just a high vibration that nothing, no one, no circumstance, anyone can ever take from me, because I did this work on my own. And I came out on the other side on my own. And looking at my life do the complete 180 from just 2 to 3 years ago, it makes me so emotional, and it makes me so grateful that I know damn sure that if I can do this, all of you can do this, probably faster even, which is why I'm sharing it. So let's get into the next law. Number 3, the law of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. Your outer world reflects your inner world. The law of correspondence. You guys, I keep telling you this too, especially in my shorts. Please always keep in mind that your outer world is the biggest reflection of your inner world. This is why I tell you guys, clean up your chaotic spaces. Y'all know I have never liked to live in filth. I do not live in filth. I clean. Girl, I clean. I'm gonna throw some pink on it real quick. Okay, that's just who I am. All right, that's who I will always be. All right, I cannot stand cluttered, messy, dirty, unsanitary spaces. I don't even understand how some people function in spaces like that, because it just reflects a chaotic mind, a chaotic state of being. And it should never, your inner environment, like your home, should never reflect anything like that. Like, who are you being when you are living like that? Like, seriously. You guys, when you take a look around, and this should also help you boost your gratitude, because I understand that circumstances can get really intense. I understand sometimes that life can almost seem, quote unquote unbearable. But I am telling you to stop and look around at your entire life, because what you're going to find is that those circumstances and those people and those places and those things that you are so stressed about, that you are grieving, that you're like going through it over or whatever, they don't matter. Because I bet you 9 times out of 10, you have more positive things working for you in your favor than you do negative things. I don't care what it is. Because if you woke up this morning and you breathed air and you were able to start another day, that is base number 1. Because we are not promised tomorrow. So you should be able to start being able to look around and scan your environment, scan your life, and ask yourself the question, what is this reflecting about me? What is this saying about me? What is this a representation of? What is this saying about me right here, right? Like, you should be able to scan your environment and ask yourself that question and come out on the other side of it with a definite answer. Whether it's, whether your house is clean or whether your house is messy, whether the people around you are being sweet to you or whether they're being awful. If they're being so awful, please go and seek safety. Okay. I'm not telling you to put up with nobody's abuse or no bullshit like that, but it should tell you something. And the answer is always there because it's within. Okay. The law of attraction. Now, a lot of people love to talk about this law, girl. So like attracts like. You attract what you are, what you believe, and what you feel. Well, this indeed is true. And this is why self-concept and identity is key. Okay. Now, I used to think, and this was when I was in my older self-concept. If you guys have not seen the video about how trash... we gonna drag the old self-concept, okay? About how trash my old self-concept was. Please go and watch it, girl, okay? And I used to think I had a better idea of what the law of attraction was and what that meant. When really the law of attraction, it's about being. Like attracts like. It's the law of being. Because I can say that like I'm the baddest bitch of the land and I, attract all the coins and that. I can say that. But if I'm like somewhere in the corner panicking about lack or crying about some dude or like what did I use? All of it. It's just trash. All of it. If I'm just over there just literally living in the landfill of low self-concept, what do you think I'm actually going to be attracting more of? If I am, and this is where it's tricky, and be so kind and gentle with yourself when you're doing this work. I started this work going on 3 years ago, okay? Like, I started this work in the pits. I did not have it down. Okay, I was just listening. I was trying to piece things together. I would research. I would read. Girl, like trying to get through my thick head back then. Oh, child. So this has been a journey. And what's tricky is even as you start to unravel some of your own limiting beliefs and some of your own experiences and things like that, even as you start to unravel some of those things, what's tricky is you may be actively doing work, but still subconsciously attracting bullshit right when you're mid-evolution. Don't fault yourself for that. It's just the law at work. It's literally just the universe at work. Don't fault yourself for it. Clock it, nip it in the bud when you do, because if you ever are on, because this is honestly what happened to me. I had evolved. I used to live in this state. I had evolved and I was able to move, and some limiting beliefs and some old self-concept patterns did follow me back to my hometown, Chicago, right? And then I got into a relationship, and I thought that because I was with who I was with, and I was expecting my child and everything, I kind of thought that, oh, okay, game over, don't have to worry about anything anymore. But I was still working on myself. And until recently, I've uncovered like a lot of limiting beliefs I still had. Limiting beliefs, fears, doubts. Those manifest, okay? They manifest. And if you're not careful, they can manifest absolutely horribly. It's okay if you're still working on yourself and you peep that you might have attracted some people, places, things, circumstances that you are not fucking with. Okay, that you want nothing to do with. That's all right. That's all right. Forgive yourself. It's okay. It's okay. Do what you can with it. Work on yourself. Separate from it. Elevate. Evolve. And the beautiful thing about this life that we live, and the beautiful thing about this universe, is that everything always comes back in a cycle. Because remember, as you elevate your self-concept, and as you elevate elevate your state of being and your identity, when people fall away and when people break away, when they come back, they have no choice but to reflect your elevated self-concept. This also plays into quantum physics, because that low vibrational shit where you used to operate out of fear and lack and mess, well, now you're evolved and you're operating, at a high frequency of gratitude, peace, love, and everything. They can't even come back into your life until they match that same frequency. Okay? To naturally put in the flow and the balance of the respect, the love, and everything that you deserve. So there's nothing for you to do on your end, and there's nothing for you to worry about on that end. This is why the only thing to change is self. The only locus of control is self. The only one to change is self. So don't worry. Nothing is ever all lost. It's not all bad. It's never all gone to shit and never again no more. But if you tell that story, it's going to manifest, because the universe is always listening. So just be careful. Don't attract the bullshit if you don't want it. So don't be the bullshit, The law of inspired action. Manifestation requires action, aligned action that comes from intuition and inspiration, not force. Now, I am a person that used to break this law all the damn time. I made a video on my main channel, and I'm going to talk to you guys more about this in depth when it comes to resting and not rushing and unplugging from the matrix of hustle culture and go and all this mess. Especially as women, we are not built for that patriarchal mess. We ain't supposed to be out here with the grind and all this. It's like, yeah, honey, get your coins, but I promise you there are so many easier, like more fulfilling ways to make money, to live your life, to do your thing, achieve all your goals, live your vibes, and do and be what you want. I promise you, doll. I promise you, babe. And you have to give it to yourself first in order for it to reflect. Now, I used to break this law all the doggone time. I'm damn near ashamed. Manifestation requires action, aligned action, meaning who are you being when you are taking the action? What is going on eternally when you are making these decisions? As a person who used to rush a lot, as a person who used to have, I used to suffer badly from the illusion of time, not saying it don't exist, but the illusion of not having enough time. Okay, it's just me. Where the hell am I going, right? Like, I have plenty of time. But I used to, especially with my YouTube channels, and if you guys have, been on my other channel, like y'all probably saw this mindset at work, in the past. I used to want to have to rush. You guys remember, I used to post like 2-3 videos in a day, trying to catch the wave of, drama unfoldings and things like that, thinking that if I didn't post those videos, they wouldn't do well. Mind you, I was manifesting a whole hellish reality for myself because of all those things I was telling myself, and I was forcing, and I was rushing, and I was forcing, I was rushing, and I was like losing sleep, and I'm like, never the fuck again. Absolutely not. I look back at that and it's like, I get where I was coming from, but it was so unnecessary, and it was such a waste and a drain of my divine feminine energy. Absolutely not. when I tell you all, one of the biggest, most beautiful things about manifestation is simply being. Like, one of the most amazing things about manifestation is literally being able to just rest, be, have peace, have love, have faith, and understand that the change that you desire will come for the simple fact you desired it. And when you strip away the fear, the doubt, the shame, and all the bullshit, what's left? Just you still. So if you know this and you trust it and you invest in it and you become it, you embody it, then you know whatever you want is on the way. This is how you develop trust in the unfolding. And when you do take inspired action, it's not going to even feel like something that was forced or rushed. Like, for instance, Traumatized Girlie. Like, I told you all on my main channel that like I wanted to kind of talk about where my interest was, because I've been nerding out on the mindset and the manifestation stuff myself, because I've seen how my life has changed myself. But see, now I'm over here and I'm in it and I'm realizing, whoa, I've actually learned enough to like teach this stuff, not just talk about it casually. And I kind of really want to help people, because I know what the hell I used to go through, and I know how the hell I used to feel. So let me actually get on top of my shit for this channel so I can present it as such. That was inspired action, because I started this off as like a hobby, and now I'm fire lit, passionate about it. I've always been passionate about it, but the more I've been engaging, the more I've been posting, the more inspired I've become with the content that I'm making on this channel. And this started as just like, oh, I just want to talk to the girls about manifesting, which I do, but there's so much more here, because it's actually like revealing my own journey to me. And mind you, this has been years in the making, up to like current lessons even. Okay. And there's no shame in my game. There never was. I don't care. I put it all out there. All right. What do I have to lose? It's just me. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, when I, was really picking up with this channel, and now you guys are like subscribing and like actually like watching the videos, and this channel is doing really well for like a smaller channel. I'm like so in it. I'm here. So that's the inspired action. You'll never know, but you will recognize it once you reflect and look back after maybe some time has passed. And you guys, I'm going to actually make this a two-part video. I didn't realize like how long we were getting into this video, because I'm going on to feature film territory now. And y'all know how I feel about those. It's just like, I don't want to like be crashing my editor or anything like that. Like, I really want y'all to get the content, enjoy the content, and live for it. Okay. So, number 6 is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Okay. Energy is constantly moving and transforming. You can shift your energy at any time to create change. This is honestly so important. And I'm going to be very honest. I, as a lower, vibrational girly who used to be so panicked and, depressed and all of those low vibrational emotions, it used to be so hard for me to instantly shift my internal state. I'm the type of person, okay, first of all, I used to tell the stories of, oh, if I have a panic attack, I'm gonna be out for like 2-3 days. I'm telling that story, so what do I have to receive, right? Right? As within, so without, right? That has to be proven to me in some way, shape, or form. So I used to tell myself that, and I would experience it all the time. And then like, when I would be depressed, oh dude, I would always say, well, I know I would literally like go by like, the clinical definition. Like, well, if I'm depressed for like less than 2 weeks, then that means I can bounce back and da-da-da-da-da. And like, I would tell these narratives, like these shitty, the old self-concept. I could literally, I had dreams of me whooping my old self's ass actually, but that's a whole different video. I did have a dream that I whooped her ass, but tea. Like Massachusetts me was not tea. like we going But dude, and I used to like tell myself these shitty narratives, and then it would manifest. That's how I was living. And it's like, okay, that's what I was giving myself. That's what I was putting out into my own universe that I'm the goddess of. Why is the goddess on the couch? Like can't get out the damn bed because she's so damn panicked, so damn sad. Like, why is the goddess down bad? like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I operate now. And it's just like, you know, looking back, like, I can obviously laugh, I can heal through it, I can vibe through it now, because that's the thing. When you evolve, you kind of start to realize how ridiculous you used to operate with some of your old beliefs and old behavioral patterns. And like, when you get to that spot, that's the sweet spot, because that's how you know that shit can't ever come back for you ever again. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful space to be. And I'm just grateful to God that I nipped that in the bud before becoming a mommy, because absolutely not. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be that person, you know, just who vibrated so low and was going through so much. And I never wanted it to take away from who I was as a person, and also who I wanted to be as a mom. And I thank God that it hasn't. So, you know, we just carry on and we move forward. I didn't understand back then that me staying in those lower energy, in those lower vibrational states, was what was attracting, magnetizing, and drawing in more bullshit to keep me in those perpetual states. Can you imagine? That's why I tell my traumatized girlies, because like, I get that some people go on these journeys, and like, not everyone, like, this is definitely not like one size fits all. Like, not everyone goes through the same things. But if you have been through severe trauma, like CPTSD level, PTSD, or any other like clinical things, y'all, we really do, or at least I believe, I mean, to each his own, but the way I made my changes was elevating my self-concept, really solidifying in my identity, and just really rebirthing my identity through who I've always wanted to be, right? And nervous system regulation. Some people make fun of it, some people joke about it, but it's the truth. Because if your body, if your nervous system is so used to being in a state of panic, and you've been living like that for years and years and years. Like, I suffered from panic attacks since my early to mid 20s. And for about 10 years it lasted. About 10 years to my 30s. So about 10 years. If you're living in that state and you're constantly like this imbalanced state, right? It's a state of imbalance, like literally. You need to regulate that. I don't care if you need therapy, counseling, or something to help coach you along. You definitely, I am also of the mindset that you need more than a manifestational coach or a mindset coach. Traumatized, like, trauma latches on to your body, and like, if you've been traumatized several times in your life from childhood, and you keep subconsciously attracting all that stuff, it's because of I made a video of this, like, talking about the damage of the mind, like, you know, that it'll cause. And you're rewiring your brain. That's why I did the sleep tapes. And I told you all that when I did sleep tapes, some of those beautiful things that Dylan says on his sleep tapes, I have never even heard in real life. So imagine, right? It's like exposure therapy. Expose yourself to like the words you want to tell yourself, the life you want to live. Give it to yourself first. So that way, when you are in certain situations, you aren't reacting internally and having it destroy your whole inner being and your whole inner world. This is the temple. Okay, this is sacred. There is absolutely no way in fuck anything that's outside of me, you know what I mean, is gonna have power over me in my damn reality. Absolutely not. See, now I'm strong enough and now I'm solid enough to have this mindset, but I used to not. So when things would happen, it would be so hard for me to shift internally. Like, I couldn't turn the panic off. I would need, you know, medication, or I would need literally like a nap, or to breathe it out, or go through these whole processes of it. It sucked. And honestly, that's another thing. Like, when I started this journey, like, I knew that I was already tired of living the way I lived, But when everything transpired the way it did, when I was living in Mass, and then when I even saw some like just hints of bullshit in my previous relationship, I was like, you know what? I'm done living this way. I don't ever want to attract another person like this. I don't ever want to attract another situation or a circumstance like this. I am tired of being the woman who is having panic and depression. And like, I literally look too fucking good for that shit. Like, let's just go ahead and be honest. I am above all of it. And so what did I do? Ascended. I elevated my mindset. I elevated my life. I elevated myself. I worked on myself, and I have not looked back. I got so goddamn tired of the old self concept, the old version of me, the old stories, the old lifestyle, the oh now this is happening, the oh now this is happening, the oh this is going on in my life now, and all this fuck shit. I got tired. Okay, and now I'm here, and it took a lot of work. It took some wild shit, and we can all get into it at some point. But I would redo it in a second, and I would never give it away for anything, because this inner peace, this inner stability, this inner state of being is a blessing, quite literally. And the fact that I've ascended into Christ consciousness with the knowing, the balance, and the harmony, and the peace that I used to always seek, and I used to always once believe was outside of me. The fact that I simply achieved it by being dedicated to myself, my self-growth, my self-worth, and my journey. There's truly nothing against me. And I am honored, and I love that. So really work on your inner being, so that when these triggers and things happen, you can always be in control of your energy, and in control of your environment, and in control of your internal state. All you have is you. So be as kind as you can be to you for as long as you can. And so I'm going to go ahead and pause this video here. I'll pick it back up probably in a part 2. And when I do, you guys will obviously see it. Let me know what you all thought about this. I love talking about the 12 laws of the universe. And I love talking about how it applies to being and mindset. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.